Hi, I'm Thanos. Today we will travel to the moon and back, hopefully. Actually, we will go to the dark side of the moon, where a mysterious discovery was made in a scientific outpost. A mass of shadows called Sheol began to form and covered the moon completely. Now these shadows are coming down to Earth to destroy all mankind. It's up to us, the explorers of the unknown, to save humanity. So, let's take our weapons and dive into the unknown to see what's hiding inside. In the beginning, you choose a mission. Take the mission manual and read the mission introduction. Place the board at the center of the table. Set up the lands on the board according to the diagram shown in the mission manual. The lands are of three types: Chronicles, Forgotten, and Shadowlands. The lands are linked to two decks: secondary missions and events. When a character discovers a land, that player has to search in the secondary mission deck or in the event deck for the card linked to the discovered land and put it into play. On the main board, you will place different types of tokens. The most common ones are the singularities, which are placed on the map based on the number of players. Next to the main board, you will place all the remaining tokens, blips, livestream paths, shadow markers. Place the deck of the shop cards next to the main board and reveal the top 6 cards. Next to the board, place the Citadel board and the districts. The Citadel board contains the districts, development points, faction and prosperity points. Districts are built during the development phase to ensure the survival of the Citadel. The Shadow board contains the blip values, the threat check and the threat indicator. When you start a mission, place the player's miniatures at the center of the main board. Place all the remaining miniatures next to the main board. Place the dice next to the board. Sheol has several dice that are used during the game. There are 6 characters available at the beginning of each mission. All characters have unique characteristics, weapons and actions. Each character has 2 archetypes among attack, defense, movement, brightness, care, engineering and technomancy. Once players have chosen a character, take this character's deck and place the corresponding character board, the light shield cards, the lux vials and the equipment. To fully experience the story and the gameplay dynamics, it's recommended to play the missions in sequence. The goal of the game is to complete the main mission objectives and to protect the Citadel from the shadows. Each round is divided into 2 phases, the shadow phase and the player's phase. These phases are split into sub-phases. Players draw light shield cards from their own decks. This is a core phase in Sheol. The characters take their turns and perform their actions. The order is decided during the player's phase. In a turn, each character can move using their movement points and can perform 3 actions in any order and as many times as he wishes. To move around the lands of Sheol, players must use roads or paths called light stream. The light stream can be built by carrying out a construction action. To reveal a shadow, the characters must perform a revelation action. The attack action is the main way to destroy the shadows. When a character is on a land, he can perform an extraction action. A weapon or lantern can be repaired through the repair action. Items that allow characters to perform particular actions can be found in the shop. When all players have completed their actions, the effects triggered by the keyword end of player's turn take place at this point. A very important phase is the development phase, in which among other actions, players build new districts based on the mission level they have just accomplished. Sheol starts with a shadow phase. At this stage, enemies are generated, move and attack. The shadows are the character's enemies. They move in darkness and plot to destroy what remains of humanity. These are the bleeps, the unrevealed shadows that host 3 basic types of shadows: lurker, devourer, and moth, 4 heralds, and 3 outer lords. Heralds are Sheol's elite enemies. Outer lords are Sheol's most fearsome enemies. Each outer lord has at his disposal a bunch of actions and reaction cards. Each game of Sheol can result in victory or defeat for the characters. Victory leads to reading the mission debriefing and to character progression, as well as the transition to the next mission. Players win the game when the objective of the mission card is completed. Read the corresponding debriefing, tally up your development and faction points, and proceed to the development phase. Players lose the game when the objective has not been achieved, more than half of the starting characters are defeated, and when the prosperity points of the Citadel drop to 0. A mysterious discovery was made in a scientific outpost on the dark side of the moon. From that day on, a mass of shadows called Sheol, similar to the black tide, began to form until it shrouded the moon completely, and the moon rained the shadows down to Earth. People could not stop the shadows. The planet was filled with clouds so dark that sunlight could not pass, and the survivors took refuge in the Isle of Light, also called the Citadel, the last outpost of mankind. Enclosed behind walls that surround the Citadel, humans have slowly forgotten the real world. Only the scouts, explorers of the unknown, and raiders of the outside world have not forgotten that the world belongs to mankind, and that mankind shall reclaim it one day.
Well, this was our story of Sheol. Until our next adventure, take care and remember, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss it, you will land among the stars.